Hello, mate, and welcome to Puzzle Combat, where you match three pieces, find yourself a hero with some superpowers, and destroy the enemy. Make as many alliances as you can, and win the game.
I'm a tech mechanic. I am a member of the Raiders family. Raider heroes have 10% chance to trigger the radiation storm. Guess you know what that means. There's bonus effects after using their special skills. I deal 175% to all the enemies. All enemies get 48% defense against yellow for 3 turns. Damn that radiation storm.
That was a good way to end that. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Alright, so it's Catterday again. So I'm gonna do another closer look video featuring this guy, 8-bit. Alright, so he is a decent hero overall. And he is fast charging. So that's significant considering all of the weapons in the yellow category too, so keep that in mind for later. Alright, this is one of the ones that does defense against minus defense against a specific color. So there's only 3 in the game right now. And they're all event heroes. So they're not exactly easy to get. This guy is a 4-star, so he's probably the easiest. The other 2 are 5 stars, and Marigold is purple, and Rudolph only came around in the Christmas seasonal. And he is defense down to red. So very interesting. They haven't introduced a blue or a green one yet, but I'm sure they will with time. And that makes them fairly valuable because of what they can do. So there's good synergy among other heroes when you do a yellow stack with this guy, or a purple stack with Marigold, or red stack with Rudolph. So that's why people want them too. Big hits for war machines usually as well, with the defense down to a specific color. Alright, so let's get into what his actual hero grading is. Alright, so he is an A overall. Now he got 4.75 out of 5. So he's basically, according to Grak's calculations on the list he does, nearly a perfect hero. Well, maybe not perfect, but he does have a 5 on offense and a 5 on the war machine, and that makes sense considering what he does. He's an offensive hero more than anything. He has a 4 on defense, but in all honesty, he's not a defensive hero. I don't find that he lasts long in battle sometimes, so that could be an easy takeout for if you're going to use him on defense. If he's the only yellow you got, though, then the highest yellow you got, by all means, put him on defense until you have somebody different. But I find that he doesn't always stand up to the hits. He's more an offensive-based hero. I think Rex can stand up to taking a few more hits than this guy can on defense, anyway, from what I've found. So deals 175% damage to all enemies, so he hits everybody, and everybody ends up with the yellow minus for 3 turns. So this is fantastic for war. If you've ever seen any of my war videos, I usually loop him in with the Grand Heist family and Grizzly G. So he's hitting to do defense down to yellow, then Grizzly G comes along and hits again all the opponents and does bleed as well. So it's a really great combination. I tend to use him on events as well, and of course the war machine. Grand Heist is the event that reflects purple, so I generally do a lot of yellow stacks when I'm doing that one, and I take him in on both epic and legendary. because I can combine them with my 4-star heroes on Epic and, of course, the couple 5-stars that I have on Legendary. So it makes a good combination, and it's quick because they've got good synergy. It tends to take me not too long to work through that event with this guy. Makes it a lot easier. It's very fun. Heroes like this are usually fun, so it's a good to have a few of them. Hopefully they introduce more as well, like another defense down to yellow, but we'll see. Maybe over time. They did that in Empires and Puzzles, but it took them quite a while to do. And then you even see a 3-star defense down to a specific color now over there, so that might come here as well, but it's certainly going to take time. Alright, so engineer class. Let's run through the talent grid. I got quite a few talents for engineers, I see. Alright, so this is the turret, and it's a minion, so it always is helpful. I don't think this is the strongest class myself though, but turrets are helpful, especially if you've maybe combine them with another minion producer like Talon. Alright, so 3, that'd be 6, 9, 12, 15% chance to summon the little turret, little minion. Alright, so his stats aren't terrible. They're not the greatest either though, so I would, of course, being an attacking hero, I would likely take this path myself. Attack and health as much as possible. Well, there's a defense and an attack. There's another attack and another defense right there. I would likely keep going down this way. It's good to add to his health and defenses, though. So I guess it would depend on what you're using them for. If you're still using them on 14-star Titans, or the really hot Titans. Haha, that's awesome. I just said Titans. 14-star War Machines. I don't even play EMP, and you can see how ingrained the language gets, eh? Oh my gosh. That's so funny. I mean, you would want to keep him alive as long as possible. But I find that he ends up being kind of a niche hero, a specialty hero, especially as you end up expanding your roster. So you may not use them as often, because they do have a couple and almost handily done here. Should be done by the time I do my war hits tomorrow. So that kind of leaves ones like 8-bit a little bit behind, where I'm not using them as often for higher level stuff. But I mean, I'd imagine I'll use him for the War Machine for quite a long time. So we usually cap our War Machines at 10 and 11 stars. And don't go after too many that higher up, because it's just, God, you're wasting a heck of a lot of resources on those higher ones. And I know from hitting higher Titans and Empires and Puzzles how much that can suck your resources back. So we kind of cap it here. There's a lot of ex-ENP players and happy weirdos, and we're content to just take it to the ones that we know we can get without spending too many resources. So that being said, though, I certainly do use him on the 10 and 11 stars. And yeah, so if he's always going to be a staple on that team, then yeah, you may want to go with as much health and defense to keep him alive longer. And I mean, he's kind of the equivalent of Jackal from Empires and Puzzles, and in my one account in EMP I actually do have Jackal all the way to 20 with talents, and I did go attack and defenses as much as I could in that category. So he does stay alive longer, Jackal does, against those higher Titans over there, but he's also kind of an easy kill once you get up to that 12, 13, and 14 level. Unfortunately, it just is what it is with how strong they are. Alright, so critical chance, I would definitely probably do this one, since given the choice of the two, I'd probably go this one since I'm using him on offense the most, and this critical strikes is gonna help with that. And then speed, so 4% here. Now he's already at 58, so he's fast. That'll put him up another couple charge points, so 60-ish. Which is still the fast category. So, I mean, it's 9 tiles to charge him at fast and only 5 ghosted, which is amazing. So, this speeds him up, like I say, a couple points on speed, but it's still the same category, so it's not real beneficial. You could always skip doing this last tier and take him to 19 if you wanted. So yeah, that's a tough one, because that's a lot of resources consumed for something that isn't going to bump him up into the next breakpoint. So yeah, up to you, because that's 70 emblems is ouch. The food metal not so much, that can recover, but yeah, for something that isn't a whole heck of a lot of benefit, I don't know if you'd want to do that or not. You could always, like I say, cap it off at 19. Some of them aren't worth doing, the very end one. Alrighty, so let's run through some weapons with him. So the speed being 58 is very significant when it comes to the speed weapons. So let's just go through the gate here. Now, the Talon is the only one that I find worth keeping of these regular ones. So that's in my, I have 3 of them in my roster. The 26% critical chance is sweet. And for him, the 95 health would certainly help, considering that he can be easily taken out. But where he really shines is with this, can shine is with the speed weapons, which the 5 stars don't have any except for some past weapons of the month. Alright, so where's the roadblock and the saw? Alright, there's the roadblock. Now I have this in my alt account because this is the first 5-star weapon that I got, but it's gonna sit at 4. It's gonna sit at tier 4 because there's no way I'm sacrificing another 5-star to get this one up, when it's just armor damage and resistance. Okay, so resistance helps on defense. So it's not a bad thing if this is your weapon option, and not a bad attack stat. And then the saw. Now I've had a few of these pop out of my Weaponsmith 10, and I use them as sacrificing weapons for other ones. Because again, 40% armor damage, ugh, just doesn't do a whole heck of a lot. And then 19% critical chance. So good for offense to add to that, to the tile damage. But in all honesty, those two are sacrificing weapons to me. Alright, so let's run down the master weapons next. Now I do have a copy of the Pinnacle, so this 3-star one, which is health gain. And if you're ending up using them on defense, this isn't a bad thing to put him on health gain. Now he's fast charging, so considering he doesn't last long in a battle sometimes, he's not a bad wing for defense. I would put him on a wing myself personally. And then you can always mix him with one other, like if you put him on the left wing, you could always mix him with another yellow on your defense, and then you've got him hitting with defense down and then the other yellow hitting as well. It's not a bad combination there, but he just doesn't defensively hold up like some of the other ones. So now this weapon, the 4-star master weapon, is the W97 Mammoth. And that is a burn, baby, burn weapon. Disco Inferno, burn, baby, burn. It's awesome to put on him. Of course, he's going to hit all enemies, and they're all going to burn over 2 turns. I think it's 70% damage. Not sure on that. Can't remember right offhand, but 50% maybe? I don't know. But that is great. A great combination for him. And even if you don't put it on him and you're using a yellow stack on offense, then definitely put it on one of the other ones. It could easily go on Aiko, who is an AoE hitter just like 8-bit, and then she's gonna put the burn on 3, and that's after his defense is down to yellow. That's wicked. Absolutely wicked combination. So like I said, there's good synergy with a lot of these defense down to a specific color and defense down heroes in general. So I found them all worth leveling for different reasons. They're just so much fun to make combinations with. Alright, so the 5-star is a Bronco Peacekeeper, and that's 40 health per turn. So another one that would help defensively if he was on your defense. And then you got the 5-star Martha M.A. And that's chance to hit through dodge, or if 8-bit happens to be blinded by a Orochi or something like that, 18% chance to hit through that, which is good. And then critical chance of 28%, so good for offense as well there. Not a bad few options. The Mammoth, though, is quite significant for what he does as a hero, hitting everybody, so that's pretty cool. Alright, so this is one of the speed weapons, and this is such a great weapon with the dodge and the speed. So this is the one that I put on him all the time. 58, he only needs to get to 64 to drop a tile down. So that does it for him, which is fantastic. And he goes from 9 to 8 and 5 to 4 ghosted tiles. So as soon as you get a gap with him, if you've got 4 yellow tiles to ghost up it, he's going to charge again. This just puts up his speed so much faster. It's awesome. It's absolutely fantastic. I like the yellow speed weapons options. So it's not just that one. And there's the Talon that I have. One of the ones that's done. And the Scrum is 17% critical chance, so fantastic for offense. I usually have in my stacks one of them with the Scrum on them in my yellow stacks. Liquefier, good for defense if he's going to be on your defense with that dodge. And then the Triss is 7 speed points, so that's going to help him too. So it really wouldn't matter which one I put on him as far as the Ragnarok and the Vantage bumping him up into the next breakpoint. Sorry, the Ragnarok and the Triss. But the difference with this is having the 16% dodge, and that just gives me a little bit more peace of mind because he's sometimes an easy takeout, so you may dodge 1 or 2 of the War Machine taps, which is a good thing. So I prefer to put that one on him. But yeah, definitely use the Triss if you have it, because that helps him out too. And that'll put him into the next breakpoint. So you'll be at what, 65 speed then? Yeah, so you're over that. The breakpoint is between 63 and 64. Still the fast category, but that's the breakpoint that drops a tile down. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Alright. And just the 3 stars left. The SWAT, a speed point of 3, so that's at 58, that's only going to take him to 61. Now, even if you took him to the Talon grid and took to 20 there and took in the extra speed bonus of another couple of points there, that's still only going to leave him at 63, and he wouldn't break into the next breakpoint. So that would be, yeah, that'd be a waste to me now that I'm kind of calculating it out and thinking about it here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who's going to get my engineer emblems. It may end up being 8-bit, so I don't think I would finish his talents, though, because that to me would just end up being a waste of a hell of a lot of emblems. Alright, and resistance, of course. So defense for this one, if that's your option. Alright, so let's see if I can do a yellow stack hero. I'll just kind of show a team that I would take in on Grand Heist. Oh, hey, this will work. So let's go 2 greens and 3 yellows here. And I want that weapon on him. And I'm gonna put a crit weapon on you. I'm gonna take you in, put a speed weapon on you. And there she is. So I tend to go more mono and take in more colors to stack when I fight in the challenge events and that, but I don't, yeah, a lot more than I do for my wars. I tend to only stack 1 or 2 heroes for my wars, but I'll go mono or 4-1 or 3-2 for all the events. It's just easier. It drives me nuts not to have enough working tiles in war. It really does. Alright, let's see how this team does. Sneezewood. What the heck is Sneezewood? Oh, this is a whole hell of a lot of colors I don't need. Not gonna get much of anywhere if he keeps getting to hit me like this. Let's see. First. Damn Maverick. Oh, and he's got a dodge weapon on you. The bulldozer. Oh, lovely. Hey, he dodged that hit. Sweet. This just does not want to relent and give me tiles. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe how bad this board stayed. That choose. Alright, let's go again. And this is an easily beatable team too, with having 2 purples side by side and 2 blues side by side. But if you get a sucky ass board, like screwed before you start. That's awesome. It's just nasty. Oh, Lord. Now you see why I don't like having so many unworking tiles in war. It drives me bonkers. Alright, easy peasy this time. With a much more cooperative board. See, that, like, 4 tiles like that, between the stack and the defense down to yellow, just took Bridget out in no time. And that's, yeah. That's where 8-bit really shines. Bye-bye, Coyote. I can't believe how much that first one sucked. Alright. I'm over it. Okay, guys. Yeah, he's definitely worth leveling up. And you can find some significant synergy with him among other heroes. So, yeah. Definitely worth the mats if you got him. Take care, guys.